Ernst presents the Columbus News Team's weekly Community Spotlight.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Columbus Community Spotlight here on News Channel Nebraska and columbusnewsteam.com, where we focus on the good news happening around the area. And we have a very, very good one for you this week and a very special guest, Jan Berry with Paws and Claws, as well as Minnie, the very small little poodle here. Jan, first off, thank you for stopping in. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, let's talk about why you are here, and it's because of this little fur ball, Minnie. It is a very small poodle, but she came to the shelter for Paws and Claws where you work, and I'll go to you now to finish the rest of the story of who Minnie is and how you got her.
Okay, she was dropped off overnight back in March when it was still very cold outside, and she was left in the carrier all night. And when we went to get her, none of us actually wanted to pick her up because she was covered with stickers and she was kind of matted and a mess. And when we finally got her cleaned up and the hair clipped down, this is what we ended up with, this little tiny poodle. She came in weighing only 2.5 pounds. She's gained 2 whole ounces, so she's up to 210. They left a note with her and explained that Minnie is 10 years old, that she had been to a vet, but only when she was a puppy. So she was past due, of course, on all her vaccinations. She was not spayed, so we got that done right away. And she's just become a great little dog. We use her kind of as our mascot now at Paws and Claws. She's the picture of what we don't want to happen. Poor little Minnie has no teeth left whatsoever, and she's losing her eyesight. She has cataracts. But boy, she just acts like a puppy yet, and she's full of vim and vigor.
And it's my understanding after talking to you that she is joined your clan of poodles. Not every dog gets to go home with Jan, but she is one that won your heart. How did that whole thing happen?
Well, I took her home a couple times because she is so little. I didn't want to leave her in the kennel, and I would talk to Jim and say, "What am I going to do? What am I going to do?" And he finally says, "Well, if you want to keep her," and I says, "I got to find her a different home." So I tried. And there was a guy who came in, and he would have been a very good owner. But when I called to check on his references, I got so choked up I couldn't talk to them. And then he called back the next day and said he wasn't going to be able to take her. So I just took it as an omen that she was supposed to stay with me.
Well, can you elaborate a little bit more on her being a doll? I've seen her for about 5-10 minutes now, and she has great temperament. More about her personality and what you've kind of learned about her as you've since adopted her.
I do have other poodles at home, and she is the queen, I guess you would say. The other dogs will get close to her food, and she actually is quite food aggressive towards them. She barks at them, but with no teeth, she's not going to hurt anything, and they just kind of look at her like, "I don't know what you're doing." But she loves to play. She jumps. She'll go up and down stairs. She's very well house trained. She's just, I don't know, she's probably about the perfect dog.
And talking about that, you mentioned it earlier, her cataracts that she has. Of course, cataracts leads to blindness. She's 10 years old, but we are hoping to change that. We're starting a GoFundMe account. That's something that you've done. Why is this something? Sounds like a silly question, but why should we raise money to help her not see? I'm for it, I'll tell you that right now. I want to help Minnie have her eyesight.
Well, I worked as a vet tech for many, many years, and I would see these poor old dogs come in, and they were totally blind. Just the eyes were white, opaque. And they would get to where they would bump into things. And, for somebody this little, not knowing where the edge of the stairs are or something like that could be devastating for her. A fall down the steps could kill her. So I just want to make sure that she has a good life as long as she can. And by getting the cataracts done, her health is good. She should live a long time and be happy.
All righty, well, Save Minnie's Sight is the name of that GoFundMe account. How much money are we hoping to raise, or how much money will cover the cost of surgery?
It'll take about $3,600.
All righty.
Yes.
Well, we are going to do our best to get Minnie to have that cataract surgery, something that is a very good cause, in my opinion, as an animal lover myself. So I'm hoping that we could help get the word out. Any final thoughts or any pleas to the people, I guess, if you will, if they want to help support this cause and why they should?
Yeah, not only her, but anytime we have an animal, when it comes into Paws and Claws or any shelter, if they have special needs, it's always nice to give just a little bit extra so these animals can be taken care of. They end up in shelters, something has happened, so they need a better life than what they've had in the past.
Well, Jan, thank you very much for stopping in. Minnie, appreciate you coming in as well as we look to get Minnie some money to get that surgery.
All right, thank you.
That wraps up another edition of Columbus Community Spotlight here on News Channel Nebraska. Minnie, we are going to save her site. Save Minnie's site is the name of the GoFundMe. If you look on this video link on the Columbus News Team's website page, there's going to be a link right there that you can click on if you would like to help donate to the cause. $3,600, not too much, and any donations will be accepted no matter how big or how small. It is all going to help Minnie continue to keep her site and live a good rest of her life. I'm Brandon Axman, and that wraps up another edition of The Spotlight here on News Channel Nebraska.